But with Bayonetta, I think, yeah, I looked at Cap's video and Ace's, like, they did on the first prologue part just on the jet was like 230,000 halos. I think I normally do around, well, back when I was playing Bayonetta, more around 170, like anywhere above 150 I consider good for what I do. 150 to 170,000 halos. Oh yeah, we test out stuff all the time. I like to go through and frame count and find all sorts of crazy data. Like one of the skips that they do and the runners do that I haven't done yet, I need to learn, is called Infinite Witch Twist, which is actually faster in the initial Chapter 8 skips. Actually, there's a Chapter 2 skip as well. Yeah, it's mostly used on. It saves like 22 seconds. But that was found, once again, by Lorcon. We actually knew about it for a couple years. But because the game loads in segments, like, you just get out of bounds and we're like, okay, well, you can't do anything, you can't, you know, sequence break the game. But Lorcon figured out, like, how to actually do what normally gets you out of bounds but still trigger the loading boundary. So then it became suddenly, that little neat trick became something viable for the speedrun. And then we also found out, like, rapid hammer jump cancel spam. I don't have an easier way to say that. It looks really awesome because you just have like these super fast hands coming out with the hammer. But unfortunately, when I went through the test it, I discovered it's actually slower than doing the methodical, you know, jump cancel, like jump punch, jump punch, jump punch. I was like, okay, it turned out to be like a second and a half slower if you do it the fast, cool way. It's crazy, this game sometimes. Sometimes you have to go slow to go fast. It makes no sense. Counterintuitive, I guess is the word I'm looking for.
Aesir's eyes were truly the eyes that created the world. However, Aesir pitied the humans for their naivete and lack of freedom.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
The power he wielded was split.
so I've had people see my speedruns before or come to stream, they're like, why do you keep doing the same combos over and over? You know, why don't you do some really cool combos? It's like, because they don't go fast enough. They look cool. I mean, they look amazing, but they don't have that power. Especially since, like, you look up YouTube, you'd see some, like, crazy combo vids for Bayonetta 2.
Humans gained free will. They could now choose. With control of the eyes of the world, the eyes that determine destiny, humans could choose their
I also
own
tested out before I started doing the speedrun, like when I first started my stream tonight. There's that Chapter 8 skip, like the where you do flying across directly to the arena where you fight Gollum, I think is the guy's name. I've been playing this game for 5 years and I still have like no idea what most of these bad guys' names are, much to the chagrin of everybody on the Discord. But your way is actually, it looks cool, but it's actually like 2 seconds slower. So I'm like, ah, crud. So it's like, because I saw you do that the other day, I'm like, wow, that's awesome. Like, I need to test that out. And I'm like, oh, damn, it's slow. For the non-infinite witch twist areas, but if I can manage to get to that part of the run, you'll see what I'm talking about. Yep. Yep, there's a different way to do the Panther, which hopefully I can get to that point in the game and show off. Like I said, I just may have to do a genre instead. I mean, I really want to get back into playing Bayonetta because she is what I started speedrunning with, you know? Let's do some genre strategies instead, since I have her on the brain. Like right there was a gunshot cancel. So I do punch, punch, kick, kick, then, oops, I did a dodge that time, but normally you do like just a quick gunshot, then immediately that final kick. And it speeds it up. Okay, well actually doing genre strats seemed to work out for me there, that's crazy. Well, thank you. It's actually something I've had to work on quite a lot. Especially when I started like streaming. I was not used to playing video games and talking at the same time. Like, my brain just could not handle that process. Uh-oh. Okay, good. Didn't catch him either, okay. Oh, this is bad. Alright, get off. Like, this is actually good. Yeah, not the best, but I mean, seeing how I've had all these runs go south so far. Well, sometimes it is, but I like to actually keep them on there just to, like, get that money, if you can, but I usually try to have Underground Climax ready so I can just go through and, you know, lay waste. Yeah, so I got 109,000. I might finish around maybe 147, 150. And I've seen like everybody keep this guy on here, and like I just knock him off. It's like I don't deal with him staying on there wasting time. It is like something that can be sped up. I taunt him because I'm crazy. Here we go. Now the question is whether I can get the quick kill on what I call King Kong, aka Gamora. I think King Kong is a far better phrase to put to this guy. I have bad arthritis, so I need to like stretch and pop my joints every now and then. I am what you call a medical train wreck. So I think I have full magic. I should. Oh yeah, I needed like a back fusion, which is actually why I had to like stop playing this game. Because my spine actually slides around when I do button mashing, which is like killer in this game. It doesn't look like it's gonna give me... Oh cool, I got the punish, alright. It's like the only guy you want to punish the entire game. Almost quick kill. Okay. You can also do is taunt him here just for extra money, extra points. Because he's just in a pre-done loop anyway, because now he's dead. There we go. It's so much fun. You play as like you're able to do it with Bayonetta, but with Jean and Rosa, it's actually you can kill them before you get to the top, and the game just doesn't know what to do, so it still goes through the whole animation about climbing all the way to the top and walking around. Sometimes it realizes, oh, I'm supposed to be dead, and then we'll do it. Sometimes it just keeps going in to try to attack you. It's crazy. I don't know why the game will do that sometimes. Oh, I have seen my share of weird stuff in this game, I'll tell you. Alright, let's see, what am I at? 171. Not bad, not bad. I will take it. Yep, as long as I'm like close to 150, like I've taken like 147, that's no problem. I'll take that. But if I'm like lower than like 147, it's like it's a restart. Oh no! Here we go. This game also figured out that you move faster while falling than you do running forward. So if you keep jumping while you're in Panther, you're actually constantly falling down a lot sooner. You move faster. Just crazy little things you kind of notice after playing the game for far too long. Okay, arena skip. Can I get it? Okay, we're good. Yep, I just do single hop. I mean, you can do probably double hop. I think the double hop might slow you down. I know for sure like the single does pretty quick. Okay, I'm gonna buy techniques first. Let's see, Crow Within, definitely, and Bat Within. Those are the only techniques I buy. A lot of people will actually go through and they will buy the Witch Twist, because that's used for one of their skips that I still, oops, need to remember how to menu correctly. And let's grab a yellow just in case, and because I am derusting, we'll get a red hot. Oh, that did not go well. Oh, mistimed that. Usually what I do is like I can get like a flight real fast, which gives me an extra foot, and then go even just a little bit further, so we're talking like microseconds here. Menuing is the worst. Also, if you attack the doors and go right into your running... This is where the Midas is, by the way. So if you attack the door and go right into your Panther, it's actually faster than doing the prompt. How are you still alive? You must die. Seriously, how are you still alive? Please die. Thank you. You are ruining my plans. So one thing I always complain about whenever I do a new game is that you can select that you don't want to have the tutorials about like how to play the game, but you still have to like, hey, this is a red unicorn horn, you can use it for this and that. It's like, I know, I don't care. Hopefully Bayonetta 3 will allow you to turn that off as well. That would be nice. So this guy I used the Midas on, and I'm also dumb and will taunt him. And did the frog like a moron. Alright. I'm actually saving the rest of the Ember and Climax for the next part. Oh, there we go. Oh, who lived? Okay. Sometimes that'll happen. Usually, like, on the final, like, because I do jump in the air, triple punch, triple kick. That will usually wipe everybody out, but every once in a while, one guy will escape.
Keeping secrets from Mummy.
Which throws you off mentally.
Nothing comes to mind, love. Sorry. But since this is your bloody mess, do you mind hurrying the fuck up and getting rid of this thing?
Now, that's no way to talk to a lady. No wonder your guardian angels are trying to give you a good spanking.
Whatever, love. You've already been following me, so let's make a deal. You save me, I'll show you around this joint. Heading to Fimbulventa, aren't we? That makes two of us. And it'll take two of us, won't it, love?
Mm-hmm.
You seem...
It's not bad. Now, if I'm feeling particularly insane, I will, like, taunt these guys here, but now I don't really do that because this guy is a pain in the butt. He does not react to hit stun. Oh, crud. Yeah, they're all over the place now. Taunt to extend the combo to the next fight. I used to pick up the angel weapon, but recently, I can't remember why, I stopped doing that.
Try to keep up.
Oh yeah, I used to do it. I messed up because I'm supposed to use the red on this form. I feel like I'm moving so slow in this fight, oh my lord. There we go, finally down. Oof. Yeah, I think I used to pick it up like before I started using lollipops all the time, because when you ran on the Wii U, you actually didn't use a lot of items. Start off at first, and then I changed the strategy up so then you didn't, and then the Switch, all my original old ones of using lollipops from like 2016 suddenly work and go faster. It's another counterintuitive thing about this game. My ridiculously old, outdated strats became these strats to do, and then got improved upon there, so go figure. Alright, shop. Yeah, the Wii U I got down to, I think, 2 hours and 11 minutes?
You've got the right eye for talent.
Oh man, that menuing is rough. Yeah, I think, yeah, what I had was I got the third climax down to around 220, but that was on disc. So I figured that if I were to, and I never did like another like digital run on the Wii U because then the Switch version came out. So I was thinking like if I probably did a third climax run on Switch or the Wii U, probably would have been around 215. Yeah, this was not a wise move, but I don't do wise. Oh man, I'm one short on magic. Bummer.
You've been naughty.
There's no time!
Where did you learn that trick, little one? I've never seen a witch or a saint. for that.
Yeah, I see, you know, Infinite Climax is a beast of a category. I mean, it literally is like completely different. What I've found, like running all the categories except for Infinite Climax, is that every single one runs differently. And Infinite Climax is just entirely different strats. You can carry over some of that to the others and vice versa, but some of the stuff that works really where there won't actually work here on like normal and third and so forth. It's kind of crazy that way. Let's switch back to the guns. I forgot to buy lollipops. Haha! Derusting mistakes. I'll be here all night with them, I'm sure. It's like, man, why don't I have any red lollipops activating? Because you forgot to buy them. Oops. And this is where they do the infinite witch skip, or witch twist to get up there. And when the bridge forms, it sucks you back in the gravity shifts. And if you do it just right, you actually land on the loading boundary. And it saves like 20 seconds to get to skip this entire fight, which is pretty nifty. It's tricky to pull off, though. It's not really consistent, which is the problem. I mean, there's people say, like, I've heard streamers and runners say, like, oh, it's absolutely consistent. I can get it to work every time, and then they just boff it, like, repeatedly. So it's not a guarantee that you're going to hit it, unfortunately. Of crap, forgot I had that activated. Yeah, then basically then you do, like, there's another spot with the Infinite Witch Twist you do on Chapter 8, where you and I, like, we fly across, like, at the start of level, we fly over to skip the first fight. If you do the Infinite Witch Twist, you can actually twist your way over to that platform that we have to pull ourselves up onto, and then keep doing it all the way up to the arena, and it saves, I think it saves, like, about 4 or 5 seconds, I want to say. It's just learning that trick is just, it's so annoying. Because I discovered in my testing that Bayonetta, Jean, and Rosa all have different frames to pull it off. Like, Bayonetta, it takes 48 frames to get her Witch Twist to get started, 17 active frames for recovery, and then another window of like around 8 seconds or so to do it, 8 frames, because this is a 60 frame per second game, ideally. Jean is everything like that except for 1 frame less, and then Rosa is just like 63 frames for everything. It's over a second for her. It's really, really weird. Now, let's see. I'm going to spend more money like a moron. Even though my notes say, don't shop, because I used to not run with notes, and then when I started really refining things and doing different things differently, I started taking notes. But because I forgot to buy lollipops last time, I had to stop this time. Yay! Minor mistakes. This will probably end up being like a 158 2-hour run, just with all the mistakes and derusting I'm doing. Cap does. He has the current world record for, like, in this category, is like 141.59, I think is his time. And I'm pretty sure he has the skip on his file, on his run he submitted to me. Because I'm one of the mods for speedrun.com for this game. So I get to look at all the submissions. That's like one of the things I really need to do is actually finally to sit down and bust it out. Now that I'm on a higher pain dose, like pain medicine dose. Like just get the Infinite Witch Twist. Ooh, that's brutal for me to say. It's a tongue twister. Get that down pat. Because I pretty much pushed like the new game categories as far as I could without using that maneuver. So I know that like if I can get that down, I can shave off another possible 30 seconds off of those runs. Yeah, it's not like terribly consistent, but it definitely takes a lot of practice to get down. And ideally, like you actually don't want to do witch time here. Because that's like every time you do it slows it down. You can shave off another 5-6 seconds if you can buffer out the hits. Like if you have yellow lollipop set up for some reason, which would probably almost negate out the time doing it, to set it up, or if you have enough health, like if you're on third climax, you can get away with, just taking the hit instead. As long as you're not like Rosa, you should be fine. Yeah, because that's the whole conundrum, is that like you go into witch time, you're slowing down the game, like literally. Because like time slows down for you to go and get more hits instead of progressing forward. So, like when you do like runs with Rosa, even though she's ridiculously overpowered with 3 times damage, you actually want to avoid her witch time because you'll kill him so fast that you'll just like be standing there with like nothing going on. New Game Plus, I love doing this part because, or even as Rosa, yeah, New Game Plus definitely. Because you can turn into the mech and start shooting right here. Even start doing damage right now before the life bar pops up with those characters, so you can actually quick kill them on New Game, which is fun. Oh, he's trolling, he's running away. And I'm terrible at dodging, so it's a combination. He's dead. We're just waiting for the game to realize he's dead. There we go. Yeah, he really does. That and whatever Chapter 7, the Arc, whatever that big manta ray thing is called, that's another one that likes to die but not die. Oh yeah, Ace and Cap, I mean, they know these things forward and backwards. Ace Krana is, like, I think he just got the world record for, again, like, he pushed it down even further for Bayonetta 1. And, like, you can mention some weird description of some guy, and he's like, oh yeah, it's this enemy. I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, that one. Exactly. You got it. Let's see, while I'm doing dumb stuff. I normally buy like 1 witch heart and 1 magic, usually, in a run. At least I used to with Jean, because you have money flowing out the butt. I probably shouldn't do that with Bayonetta. Yep, he was pretty good. He pretty much retired from the game, though. For right now, at least. He wanted to focus on Bayonetta 1, getting that down, which he did. I think he wants to push it even a little bit further. Oh, this is bad. I almost boffed that bridge skip. There we go. Yeah, so Cap's really flown up on normal. I mean, he just like started just shredding this category to pieces. Oh yeah. Yeah, Bayonetta 1 I like, but I just can't play it because, like I said, with my health problems I have, I'm rather unique. All the button mashing and so forth, so I like the game. It's actually, I will fully admit that Bayonetta 1 is a lot harder than this game is, by far. So this is a lot easier to play in general. People are like, why do you say that? It's like, it's true? Each game, like I always like to point out, has its like benefits. It has its pros and cons. It's like this game is more focused on just like, here's more fights, get into them, go. Whereas Bayonetta 1's like, okay, well, who am I? And relearning her powers and so forth. It's just a different structure. Thank goodness, though, I think everybody can agree on getting rid of those stupid instant death quick time events. Nobody likes those. Oh yeah. I bought a Wii U just to play this game. Same thing with my Switch, which makes me dumb. Alright, here we go. See if I can lock him into place. Yep, John strats still work. Quit trolling. Oh, he's trolling. Troll Balder. Actually, I have a clip of him, like, one-hit killing me with a one-frame sword swim, and it's like, really?
Is that all you've got? So close.
Yep, certain things, like, just found through repeated testing is, like, you can do, like, the punch, kick, switch, which is usually your main your main traits you do with genre runs, also can carry over to Bayonetta. And they can help keep lockdown, and especially when you get the Star Fox going, you have those extra damage from the gunshots can really speed up some fights. Alright, shop.
Diplomacy is...
See, the levels, like, where I start to hate the game is, like, levels 10 through 13. That's where I really loathe this game. Because it's just, like, non-stop, like, Chapter 10 is the mini boss rush level, like in the entrance to hell, you know, like those levels where you fight the spider and all that other stuff, you just get trolled mercilessly, and you have to put up Radon's RNG, whether or not he decides to kill everything really fast and help you out or not, or slow down. It's like, oh my lord, makes it really bad. And then, Chapter 11, you have Lorraine, aka the Rose Woman, so I call her. And she's another troll and a half. Fortunately, like, her first stage is, like, her first part of the fight is just an abomination. Whoops, forgot to hit Y. But her second part is, like, it's almost free at this point with the different things we've come up with, like the hammer canceling and the taunting to get extra money. But that first part is just brutal. Then you have Troll Balder, aka Peacock Balder, and I have seen the computer pull off some utter nonsense. And then finally you have the Vigrid level, which is just like, it's a nostalgia trip, but you can get, like, trolled by the level geometry, just things not working right. It's just like, okay, cool, I got him in the pattern. It's like, just so many things can go wrong on a run on just those 3 levels. I've had runs end on those, like, on that Trilogy of Terror. Yeah, Infinite Climax PTSD, that is a thing among Bayonetta runners. I fully accept that in the lexicon of medical disorders and mental treatments. Because I did a New Game Plus run on Infinite Climax just on a whim, just to get something on the board because nobody had done one for Bayonetta. So I was like, cool, I'll do this. And it's like, as soon as I got to like past the arc, like exactly what you're talking about, I'm like, oh man, this is bad. When you're on New Game Plus and you're using your mech, you're using the Umbran Ride Armor, and they're dodging every single rapid-fire gunshot coming out of your triple punches. It's like, okay, this is nonsense.
Not really, huh? But you're right. This is it. Call it a woman's intuition.
Women's intuition? What kind of silly comic book shit is that? You still don't know.
Because I remember, like, when I first started speedrunning this game, I did second climax, then I worked into third, and I started doing both of those at the same time. And I started doing first climax as a joke, and then I realized, like, don't play first climax for too long, because it's going to screw you up for everything else. Because it really does, because you get used to the game being, like, lower difficulty, and you have extra health and magic right off the bat. It kind of spoils you. And then I got those pretty good at the time. I was thinking, I'm gonna learn Infinite Climax. And that's when I realized Infinite Climax was not the category for me. It's like, alright, this is not going well. I hate the game now.
That's all the sense you need. Just believe. That's what I did.
Bayonetta. Let's do it.
Oh, it's always a love-hate relationship with this game. Oh, this is bad. I do not have full magic. That's where it's bad. There we go. You can have these guys, like, this is another spot where you can just get mercilessly trolled by the game. Like, I've had on stream before where they refuse to spawn in. Like, you'll see their halos flying around, but then they refuse to land on the ground and just spawn in. And, like, you'll just be standing there waiting for something to happen, and it's like, nope.
Shit! All the luck. He's chasing us down! Crap! Nothing's working!
Nothing's working! I've done one thing! It's nothing! It's not working! I should be able to make it to the top without him smacking me again. In theory. Yeah, there we go. Just barely.
That was easy. If I can just do something about that.
Yeah. You play perfect, you don't get trolled. It's pretty much, I mean, sometimes you just get trolled no matter what in this game. It gets crazy.
Is that all you've got?
I have to say, it feels like I'm going so slow playing as Bayonetta. It's just mental adjustment. It just throws me off. 2 attacks, no time, no witch dodge? Don't know.
Performance might make the back page reclassified.
Okay, this is another place I don't shop. No, yeah. Yeah, if you time it right, you can actually get away with, like, 2 attacks and doing like 1 attack and 2 dodges.
New model, huh? I hope this one lasts a little bit longer.
Oh, I got trolled.
That's just going to make me take him there. After I've taken care of my business.
Yeah, he's not playing nice today. Okay, that's weird. Instantly put me into the end of my like climax string on the first attack. And this one always baffled me because you can't skip this cutscene. Now I understand when games don't let you skip a cutscene because they're secretly loading in the background the next parts, but the level's over. And it does it again, chapter 10, I think it is? Yeah, chapter 10 does the same thing. It's like, Rodon's like, don't go beating up my target, even though I could have just, like, not had this game exist because I could have teleported, we're going to the same person anyway, but haha, sucks to be you. That's the other part where it's like the level's over and you're stuck watching it. It's like someone there in Platinum's like, I worked hard on this cutscene, I want people to see it. Don't let them skip it. Items. All right, here we go. This guy, you have to be kind of careful, at least when you play as Jean and Rosa, because if you get taunt on him, ah crap, I am doing terribly. If you get, like, the punish on him, it is a huge problem because he stops taking damage until you do that punish. There is, like, no way out of it. Why are you not giving me my kick? There we go. This is a weird fight indeed. Okay, so now he should be... There we go, goes for the sling. Camera spazzed out there for a second. Oh yeah. Derust was always peculiar about things like that. He was like very, like, this has to be my way or nobody else should do it. It's like, and, you know, I had to have a couple talks with him a couple times about on the Discord about different things. It's like, you run your game your way, I run it my way, everybody does their own thing, you know? Everyone has their own steps. You know, sometimes you just gotta recognize that and let it go. And he's kind of like, oh, yeah, you're kind of right, because, you know, and that's the way it is. I mean, like I said, one of the things about being the mod for this game is that I get to see, you know, definitely, I mean, everybody else can watch it too, but I get to watch all the runs for everybody and see different things that come in, like how everyone runs the game their own way. I get to see all sorts of crazy things that I didn't think of and vice versa. And it's a lot of fun, and speedrunning is kind of crazy because it's the only thing I can think of where everyone's like, hey dude, here's how you can get a time faster than me, try this strat, and we're like, we all share stuff like that. It's crazy, where no other competitive sport would be like, here's how you can destroy me in the game, go it, do it. You know, it's like, What? This is bad because I do not have the best of health right now. I say nuts to this guy because I hate him. Oh, this is the problem. Why are you all not dying? Yes, health, please. Thank you. That was dumb. Oh, yes. Yeah, this is where, like you said, in Chapter 7, the arc is a problem on Infinite. And, like, I did this on New Game Plus, and I'm like, oh, this is terrible. It's like, this is not going well at all. Right before I land, perfect. Yeah, like, any boss fights on Infinite Climax are just insane. Like I said, I tip my hat to anybody who can run Infinite Climax with any character in this game. Oh yes, that's something I recognized right off the bat when I started playing Third Climax. I was like, oh, everyone has less hit stun. First and second, you can lock people down real easy. It's super, super nice.
That performance might make the back page of the classified.
Diplomacy.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping for, and unfortunately there's not a lot of fight skips until you get to, like, right here in this part of the game, and then you have, like, these 2 levels in a row, you just get a couple of them. And, I think the guy's, yeah, Fullest. He discovered, like, a lot of out-of-bounds areas that you can get into the game. You know, like, you can get out of bounds in multiple spots in this game, but just how it loads, unfortunately, you're just kind of, there's nothing you can do about them other than show it off and say, hey, this is a cool trick. Yeah, so right here, this is what we do. And not screw up like that, but hopefully Panther run to right here. And just keep running, and then I just jump off for comedic effect, because it doesn't kill you. But that actually saves 2 seconds if you were to do it right, and not like I did screwing it up. Okay, I just had a Witch Twist come out and I don't have that purchased. Excuse me? I've had that happen every so often, I don't know what triggers it. The game's like, here's an infinite Witch Twist, like, or here's a Witch Twist move. It's like, you don't have it in your arsenal, but we'll let you do it. Okay.
You've been naughty.
And then this is another micro save. Because once again, you fall faster than you do running. I know people, like, there's been, like, a debate, like, do you do swords here, or do you just do straight-off guns? I like to do swords. Maybe one day I will transition and do straight off guns, but this guy, I just torture attack him because I hate his guts. Okay, let me switch back, please. Thank you. This did not go as expected. There we go. You can also skip this cutscene for the record. It's the only one that'll let you do it. And go back here. Go over here, get the building materials.
If you need to learn how to talk to a
Yep.
lady, ask
Pretty
your
much there's like 3 chests, or actually 4 chests, I think, if I'm counting correctly, which is usually probably not right. Full of materials. Unfortunately, it's still RNG whether or not, like what it gives you for the inside contents. So you can still hit all of those, the items we're looking for building stuff at the end, or making lollipops at the end of the game, and still be short, which is frustrating. Doesn't happen too often, but sometimes it does. It's another one of the RNG aspects of the game that pops its ugly head up from time to time.
Right then. Slow down, will ya? Hey, wait!
Skirting the line there, it's kind of tricky. Sometimes you can go over too far and you will trigger the fight.
Try to keep up.
Open up. Launch you in the air, make sure you're dead.
Is that all you've got?
This is not going well. Saw a run once where the guys like jumped on it and started riding around. I'm like, why did you do that? Just for fun. Let's do some feathers. Make Bayo look pretty. That fight actually went ridiculously well. Usually this is just an abomination for me. That never happens. And then every once in a while the game will glitch and you'll actually get stuck in the floor, which, cross your fingers, won't happen here. The old Hot Wheels, as I nickname them. Combo dropped. Or all inputs dropped. And that was one thing I was really disappointed in the Switch version, is that for the Wii U, the game ran anywhere between, it was a variable frame rate, so you're looking at 44 to 60 frames per second. So I was hoping the Switch would be like a full locked 60, and it's still variable. You can still have the occasional drops down to 45, that's rare, but usually it'll be between 50 to 60 frames. It is a lot better, though, than the Wii U. Good lord. Especially since I started running this game on Wii U on disc. Oh, it was like... People were like, so, Grandpa Wurzel, what was it like playing on the Wii U? It's like, let me tell you about the disc version. We didn't go to the stores, because it'd take 30 seconds to load. It could take 15 seconds to bring up your menu just to switch a weapon. And then the Switch version comes out, it's like, yeah, 5 seconds to get to the store, and usually 8 seconds to get into a level. It's like, ooh, thank you. Alright, now this skip I call the butt clencher. I'm not sure why I started flying there, but okay. Oh, thought I had that timing down. I did not. You are the worst person in the game. And we taunt, because it keeps the combo going. We'll wait for this guy to spawn. All angry-like. So I want to save this up for boss fights I have coming. You can actually witch twist all the way up here too, like once you get on this platform up to where you need to go. I think it saves, and it's like another 1 or 2 second save at best. Oh, that was pretty brutal. Let's try that again. Correctly. There we go. I knew you could do it, Bayonetta. I believed in you. Alright, so now he's dead. Gotta wait for the game to realize he's dead. There we go. So I know this is like, I've said before, this is a Derust, but even like if I have something like that happen during a run, I don't reset. Some people are like super reset heavy. I'm just like, you're gonna make a mistake no matter what. There is no such thing as a perfect run. So far, unless you play like Super Mario Brothers, but it's like you're gonna have mistakes here and there. As long as it's not like a major time cost, you can survive it. Almost like you're like right on the heels of like the first person, like, you know, first place or something like that, and it's like a second difference or something crazy. Then you might, but I mean, for me, I'm usually not a reset heavy person, unless it's like the first couple levels you saw. Just ignore all that things I said earlier. Oh, this is going poorly. Please die. Thank you.
Simply a matter of time.
Yeah, I mean, like, it takes like a lot of things to go wrong, because I know that I've seen it before, like, where someone freaks out, like, oh my god! Like, I'm going too slow, and I messed up, I can't possibly do it, and then they, like, set a world record. It's like, you can usually make up for a mistake in this game somewhere else. It's not too hard to do. Usually. But, I mean, there's certain times where, like, the game freaks out and trolls you, and then you're kinda SOL. So, I am horribly out of practice with this game, which means my hammer jump canceling is probably going to be just legendarily bad. Let's see how that goes, though. Let's give it a go. And just for the heck of it, because I'm derusting, I'm not too serious about my time right now. Let's see if I can get the first skip here. Yep. So, this actually saves nothing. Like, you can save the animation of it smashing through the rock. Sometimes it won't trigger and you'll fall down and lose time. But this section loads variably. When I went through and tested it, it can be anywhere between 34 to 36 seconds. There's nothing you can do about it. It's just one of those things where the game's like, well, we felt like loading it slightly faster this time. It's like, okay, cool. This is 35, yeah, so it can be between 34 to 36. It actually wasn't too bad. That guy can just straight up troll. Either start jumping around or go underground. I want to make sure I definitely don't get that book. It's like, don't you dare drop my combo.
If you need to learn how to talk to a lady.
Yep, I try to limit my menus as much as possible. And this guy, I just torture attack because he can one-hit kill you. He is the only other person other than the flame sword guy that I fear. And torture attack, I think, is slightly faster. I'll need to time it out one of these days. It just seems like it is, at least. Now, if you play as Jean or Rosa, you do like 1.5 to 3 times more damage, so... I mean, you stick with the hammer, it's probably faster than doing the torture attack, but with Bayo, since she does base damage, it's... Whoa! Camera freak out. I just do the torture attack just to not even mess with them, or even give them the possibility of one-shot killing me. Speaking of trolls, this is going to be bad, because I usually also do a torture attack on this guy, too. I don't mess around with the hammer on him, because he just moves around a whole lot. I've had him break out of witch time. Like, you'll be in witch time like this and he's going full speed still, so... Spare reds for that guy. Yeah, definitely. Except for I misused my reds on the spider at the start, so that threw me off a little bit on my count. So yeah, I try to stay out of the menus as much as I can. Or if I have to, like, get in and out, of course, as fast as possible. Naturally, I think everybody tries to do that, but it just kind of harkens back to the Wii U days where I had my run streamlined down to, like, stay out of the menu because it was, like, instantly 15-second loss if you went into it. So I guess that habit kind of died hard with me. Because now it's not a bad thing. It's like you can just, even if you do it by accident, you can just get back into it. Alright, Rodon, you're gonna be cool now? You're gonna kill everybody quickly? Thank you. Rodon's the other RNG element of this game. He can either be nice and stomp and kill everybody, or he will just play with your food. And he's not gonna cooperate today. He's taking the slow route on everything. Ooh, that was nice. Okay. Spoke too soon. I just need him to do that again when these three jerks show up. By the way, this is like... Yep, there we go. I was going to mention something, but screwed it up. What I really hate is when he does a stomp right before like the final Hot Wheels appear here. He's like, they'll just start stomping. And they haven't shown up yet. And it just kills everyone. It just wastes time. Come on, Rodon. Alright, you're going to screw around. Yeah, so this would be frustrating if I was doing a serious run. This is like, I'd be freaking out right about now.
So is my target by the looks of it.
Jean, there she is.
Hold up. You're not seriously thinking of getting between a man and his
Oh.
next man.
Pop the arm.
Chill, Bayonetta. Don't go shooting up my target, you dig? I need that one intact.
I always like to point it out on my streams that this entire game is pointless because Rodon was coming after this target anyway, which has Jean, so you didn't need to do everything up to this point. He could have done it for you. But then we wouldn't have the fun game we have now. Fun game as in I get to fight Lorraine, the Rose Woman, Ender of Runs, Pain in Backside, whatever you want to call her, really. Plant Boss, that works too. And I don't mess with the hammer on her because she can just get out of everything. I mean, like, I have chased her across the entire level before with the hammer. This usually doesn't work. Okay, there we go. There is a strat that I found that sometimes works, is that you can keep doing punch, kick, punch, and, like, knock her into the back wall and just, like, keep rebounding her over and over, but that's just basically if the game decides to play around or play along or not. Oh, bad. And that's a combo drop. No matter what you do, that is a combo drop. Oh, come on. Good God, I am getting trolled so hard. Yeah, I have not seen... Usually she's not this insane on second. Usually. She's almost playing like she's on third right now. Yeah, this would be a reset on anything else. Alright. Switch the hammer. I'm just going to do a menu here to do use, and I'm going to put on a yellow just in case because I'm going to taunt her.
If you need to learn how to talk
Oh, this is bad. I am out of practice with this. Oh my. Yeah, this is going south. Oh crap, that's another combo drop. Good God. Yes, this is like turning into an exhibition of things not to do. Oh wow, it actually kept the combo going. Usually it drops it instantly. And usually I don't taunt on this last one, but I'm going to because I screwed up the hammer canceling so bad, and I really want that money. You're dead. Yeah, so don't do what I did and you'll be fine. Don't get trolled. Don't get bad patterns. You know, the usual. And there's another little micro save you can do on this level as well, which is coming up a little bit later. It's basically like you don't jump and it saves something like a quarter of a second. It's very minor. Yeah, so basically don't jump off your platforms. Like when you hit, like supposed to do all your jumps, just run straight off them because you fall faster once again than you do just normally running. And you can probably save about 3 or 4 seconds on this level overall. Yeah, so you jump once to get on here, and then don't jump the second time. It's another minute save. It looks like you're going to fall off, but you just land right on the platform. So if you're ever in a dead heat race with somebody, you need to save like a quarter of a second or even less, just run straight. Oh, he didn't run into it that time. Sometimes you can, like, time it, and as soon as, like, he jumps back, he jumps right into the blade. Yeah, Bayonetta 2 races, they actually exist. We had a couple who actually used to speedrun each other, and they do it on marathons, like the smaller marathons, not like GDQ or anything. Which is fun. So yeah, you can race this game, but they would do Rosa, because that by far is the fastest category you can do just about. Oh, made a mistake. So I was thinking like, oh, I should save money and not buy that yellow lollipop. I'm gonna need it. Like right here I'm gonna need it, and I don't have it because I'm a moron, but hey. Alright. I know I'm down on myself a lot, but I'm just like, I'm used to doing a lot better. Oh, I do have a large red. We're gonna build it up anyway, why not? With Jean, you can actually quick kill him here and soft lock the game. It happens maybe 1 in 20. Oh, there we go.
Bad boy. Didn't think I'd miss a good fight.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because like if you kill him on like the first stage, like before it pulls the camera back and everything, every once in a while it will kind of soft lock. Like you'll be standing there on the platform by yourself, and Baldur is nowhere to be seen, and you have to start the entire level over, which kills your run naturally. It seems to be like maybe 1 out of 20 it will happen, so it's not very common. Yes. 2C Baldur is usually not too bad, thankfully. 3, he starts turning into Troll Baldur, as I've nicknamed him, or Peacock Baldur. And Infinite Climax is just Infinite Nightmare. Alright, I'm gonna hope I get some money. Not money, magic? No, denied. Just health, boo. So I really love to have magic going into here. It makes it a little bit easier to get the Umbra Climax faster, naturally. Alright. This is where Rosa, quote-unquote, starts helping you, as in, like, knocking everybody into the air outside of your hits. It's like, please stop helping me. Okay, switch to guns, take out these guys. I'm doing bad. Wow, this is pathetic. Derust or not, wow. Okay, there we go. So, oh, I forgot to change my weapon real quick. So guns do far better on this guy than you'll ever do with the hammer, because the real strat used to be like, use the hammer all the time. It's like, no, your guns will just destroy these things. You only have to use red on them a whole lot. I'll use a red, speed it up. There we go. And if you stand right here, usually it's a safe spot. You can't stomp on you. Oh, too short. Probably be doing just like a... Like, because my body, like, really can't take doing, like, 2 runs in a row, like, normal gameplay. I'll probably do a New Game Plus run just to have fun and relax. That's cool. Can you please start attacking him? Thank you. Oh yeah, I'm probably do Rosa because I can do, well, with practice around an hour and like 7 with her. Actually, I think I have it down to an hour 6 if I'm like really, really well. Myself some magic. Alright, money-making levels. This is where I do something a little bit different. And I think Ace brought it up on your stream earlier, if you're still around Final Crash, is Gaze of Despair, which is like 100,000 halos, instantly taunts all the bad guys for you. And if you do that going into this level, for at least the first, like Chapter 14, the first 2 segments, you can actually make up more for buying that 100,000. It's basically spend money to make money. So if you're really not sure if you're going to have enough, and if you have enough for that technique, like if you're around 200,000, you can do it too. But I don't use it for everything, because it gets too crazy at points. Alright, so 267, yeah, I should definitely do the Earrings of Ruin, or Gaze of Despair strats first. Okay, accessories, Gaze of Despair, items... And I'm going to do Midas. Add on. Oops. Menued out too soon. Let's put that over here. So not only are you making crazy money from the Midas, but you're also getting money for enraged, taunted enemies. Rosa, you're not helping me. Thought she was dead. Oops. Okay, now he's dead. Alright. There we go. My bad mistake.
You've been naughty. Got you. So close.
Oh, this is bad placement. Usually they stay together. I don't think I've ever seen them this separated this far before. And we'll see if the game's nice to me or if it's going to drop the combo. It dropped. It's an unfortunate thing. There's nothing you can do to stop that from dropping. Either the game decides to play nice and lets you keep the combo going, or it just drops it. Now I'm actually going to take off the Earrings of Ruin, or the Gaze of Despair I should say, because this next fight's a pain in the butt with it on. And while I'm doing poor menuing choices, let's put this back on before I forget.
So close.
Now, because I'm crazy, I'm going to put the Gaze back on and use just guns.
Almost. So close. Almost.
What hit me? What? I literally did not see what hit me.
So close. Is that all you've got?
Whoa, okay. Calm down, game.
Is that all you've got?
I don't think I've ever been in this far of this angle before. And maxed out combo. My arm's about to fall off because I'm not used to this.
Is that all you've got?
Bam! Crazy money. Maybe he's trying to get out of it. Ooh, I am not used to button mashing like that long. Oh, arm's about to fall off. Which is not good because I still have the final level to go. Alright. 688, almost 700. Awesome. Okay, accessories. Earrings of Ruin. And let's take off the Gaze of Despair. Rosa, you're not helping. We've had this talk before. Doing the opposite of helping right now. Nope. Yep. Rosa, you're not helping again. So it's like literally like a kid. It's like, okay. Okay, I've never seen that happen. Of course, I've never seen the frame rate tank this hard, though. Yeah, the game is struggling right now. I've never seen it like this, ever. This is literally like 20 frames a second right now. This is like PS3 level nonsense. What in the world is going on with the Switch right now?
And now, if you'll excuse me, my dear.
Maybe it's just my display, but like I am seeing... Yeah, it looks like it's just OBS. Okay. That's okay, because OBS is actually glitching up on my side, but the stream looks okay on the broadcast side, so... Oh my lord, it's like I'm looking at like 20 frames a second right now. But the preview for the stream is okay, so... Ooh, you guys are fortunately not seeing what I am seeing. Good lord. Before I do another run, I'm probably going to have to restart OBS. This is... Wow, I've never seen it do this before. Oh, there's always the VOD as well. My fight with Lopter, Loki's evil Smurf brother, whatever you want to call him, did not go well. I mean, that's when the frame rate just literally started tanking, not only on my side, but also on the stream as well, which is like, okay, this is bizarre. And then it recovered, but unfortunately it still hasn't recovered on my side. Okay, looks like maybe it recovered right now. It looks like... Okay, good. So I can... Alright, looks like it's back for some reason. I don't know what in the world happened. Must get used to twitchy Star Fox, but still best Star Fox game in many years. Oh yeah, it's ubiquitous pretty much. If you're playing this game, this literally is the best Star Fox game in the past couple of years. Thank Miyamoto for the disaster that was Zero. No, you have to work gimmicks into it. I don't care what the playtesters said that they weren't liking it. Please hit him. Thank you. Ah, I hate this part. Bring on the demons. Yeah, sometimes it just doesn't kill all of them. Oh well. Yeah, and I'm still used to playing with the airplane for New Game Plus. So it's the biggest problem in this game is playing multiple categories. It really does mess you up. Used to Star Fox, you used to doing the plane, you used to doing New Game Plus, and then all sorts of fun stuff. Hey, the bomb actually caught it that time, and usually the bomb misses for me. Ew, slow. Hopefully I get lucky, no missile spam. I don't know what triggers it, but every once in a while it does this nonsense. Speak of the devil. Just starts spamming out missiles. I don't know what causes that, and it's something I didn't see for years. It's only like on the Switch that I've started seeing that happen to myself and other runners too. And we can't figure out like what causes it. It might be just pure RNG. Yeah, it actually wasn't very common. It's something that kind of caught us by surprise because we rarely ever saw it. It was kind of bizarre. So then we started investigating, like, how often does it happen? It just seems completely random. And we can't think of, like, a way to trigger it or not have it happen. At least so far. I mean, maybe someday we'll figure it out. Okay, then what I do is go over here. Recipes. I'm going to build some reds. Do another. I like to play a little safe. Okay, let's see. Equip up to top. You get used now. You get used now. And we're good. Okay, that's right. I'm used to playing this as other stronger characters, and then you can actually skip the bomber scene. I was so close to skipping the bomber scene. Yeah, I do. Some people do two big reds and two big purples, but I like to do a little extra magic just to be safe. I tend to err so far on the side of caution. With Jean or Rosa, you don't have to really. Oh, this is the problem. Come on, game. Not what I wanted to do, but it's what I have to do. Yeah, so this would be like a like a 157 or something. 157, ow, 158. Not bad for a Derust, but definitely needs to calm down quite a lot, which it will. Just still gotta continue to get in the swing of things. Which I am super psyched to get back to actually running this game again. Because it was just killing me for the longest time not to be able to do anything. Yeah, I think the last time I did this was like, I was still playing as Jean and Rosa mostly. And then I just tried like, well, let's do, because I had like a time of something like 2 minutes and 6 seconds with Bayo, so I'm like, well, let's just try a Bayonetta run, and I got like a 156. So I know it can, and that was just not really studying up and getting used to her and cutting things down. So I know it can definitely drop a lot farther. I mean, Cap has proven you can take this game down to the 141 range.
Let's dance, boys.
Speaking of Cap, he's actually got Bayonetta 2 into the new Awesome Games Done Quick 2020, which is what I wanted to do, but then my back decided to explode on me, so hats off to him for getting it in. Well, the thing is, like, I know some people who actually pick the games for GDQ events, and they keep telling me, like, when are you going to put it in? We'll accept you, just put it in. I'm like, I have 3 bad discs in my back, and my spine is sliding. I need a fusion surgery, which I'm fighting to get, and I'm currently unemployed because I can barely walk. So it's like, I want to go, but I can't. It's like, I don't have the money for it, registration's passed, and it's like, I couldn't really play enough to make sure I could get into it, so Cap put in, and he got accepted, which is awesome. Well, I did, but not anymore, because I'm a two-trick pony. I play this game for speedrunning, and an FMV game called Double Switch, which actually just got finally released on the Nintendo Switch. So I am a 2 speedrunning game trick person, I guess? Oh man, I miss the swords so much. They were so much fun in casual play. So that was one of the disappointing things while I was testing out. When I started getting into speedrunning this game, I'm like, okay, let's start investigating what are the best weapons to use. So I kept doing like certain fights over and over, switching the weapons and timing it, taking the average, and just the guns won every time. And like the swords, which are so much fun casually, just like, crap, you can only use them like 2 or 3 times in a run now. I looked at that, originally, what was it? The Undines, which are like the, I think that's what it is, like the mallets that do like fire and ice. Those are really slow. Swords are super fast, but they just have low damage output, which is the sad thing. I mean, they have that crazy hitbox on, especially with a 360 spin. It's like, wow, this is impressive. It still is, but it just, the damage output is just so low. It's sad. It's like the second weakest game behind the bow and arrow, whatever that weapon's called. I'm just building up a magic gauge right here. Yeah, so I tested that, and also was the Chernobog, I think it is the scythe-like weapon. I tested that too. I was thinking like, well, because it's got a huge area of attack like the swords, it's a little stronger, and it just still, the hammer just crushes everything. I do, because I employ like a different strategy for the end part. Where I'll just like, especially like more with like Rosa and stuff, where I can just like knock them off faster. Normally, if I'm in practice, which I'm not, but yeah, but like for the last part, if you're playing as Rosa or Jean, it just knocks them off even faster, so you can get them all grouped and just take them out in like one punch and just they're gone, and you can stop the timer. Bayonetta, not so much. It's up to personal preference, really. I mean, you can probably get away with still the punch, kick, punch real fast. Now, let's see, that's a 156.40. That's my time. I think that actually might be my time I got last time. 156.52, so technically I PB'd? It's like, okay, for a Derust we're going slow and screwing things up, I did 12 seconds faster. Neat. I guess I'll submit it.